Zach here in the shop late at night, pondering the Caldera closed. Just gonna give this guy a quick measurement here. Got it on the scale here, and we're right at 504 grams. This will vary, but it's gonna be somewhere around 500 grams. So, you know, I think it feels a lot lighter on the head than it weighs, but you can kind of see here, focus in, that this heel is that Cole's Eclipse style heel. It's got a little bit different embellishments on it, but you can see it's got this hard edge here, and then kind of a little bit of a concave element. And just focus in on that there. That even though you don't, feel this part of the banjo, you're obviously playing the flat part of the neck. It's just such a nice piece of the instrument. I wanted to kind of replicate that same experience with the Caldera closed, and so part of that, is especially getting this kind of concave curvature along the top. It's just kind of that thing, while yes, this is made to make sound and to be listened to, it's definitely really fun to, have that kind of personal experience of holding your headphone. And I think just these kind of curvatures and the attention to detail we pay in, crafting these definitely helps make this something that feels really special. And so May 10th, a couple weeks from now, Caldera Closed will be coming out along with the Aegis amp right here, the commercial version of the Aegis. In this video, I'm just here to kind of introduce both of these very quickly to you, give you a couple fast information to get you going. We're gonna have a few more videos on the YouTube channel for you to check out, which I think will help introduce these really well. This is the DIY version of the Aegis, and the quick introduction to the Aegis is just, I met L0rdGwyn on Headphone maybe 6 or 7 years ago at a ZMF Festivus actually, and we definitely shared our love for tubes, talked about Glenn a lot and all that stuff, and since then Keenan has gone on his personal journey to kind of reinvent or utilize circuits that aren't so much on the beaten path of headphone amps. And that's kind of where we ended up with this, is just there's that never-ending hunger to make amps that don't quite sound like other stuff. And I think that's one of the exciting things about audio, is discovering things that don't quite sound the same as other stuff. We've all had that experience of buying two pieces of gear at different prices that seem to not have too much sonic difference, and you end up being like, what the F am I paying for? And I think that's where Keenan's amp designs really came into play for me. I do really recommend you go on the DIY forum on Headphone and check out the build for this. This is a first amp. I haven't even built a bobblehead or anything. This is the first amp that I ever built. His instructions are really easy to use. It shows you every tube you can use on there. We'll go through all the tube stuff soon as well. But, I'm just so excited to be coming out with this amp. So definitely check out the other videos. We're doing an interview with him and everything like that. If you think of, hey, I've got a really great solid state, or I just want an amp that drives anything and does it all, this is a good place to start. It even drives IEMs with a really quiet and lesser output.
Give me some trouble.
Got the Caldera closed. The quick story on that is that I think a lot of you know I started with Fostex T50 RPs years ago, and the final T50 RP mod was this Ori headphone. And actually here is the first wood headphone that I ever sold right here, which is a ZMF times Vibro. And the guy who I sold this to actually sent this back to me because he said he felt I should have it, which was really, really nice of him. And yes, we got him some other headphones to, you know, in exchange for these. But that was kind of the journey with T50s. And these are both, in their essence, closed back planar magnetic headphones. And I'm really glad that I kind of cut my teeth, if you will, on closed back planars with the T50 mods, because even looking back after the experience I have, these are some of the hardest things to tune that I can think of. Being a small driver, a driver that has some really weird quirks, it just kind of sends you on a path of trying to find ways to modify the headphone to sound its best. And you know, it's one of the reasons I kind of drowned stuff with bass with these, especially in the Ori, was I was trying to make the driver sound big. And you know, whereas I didn't, you know, have to quite do the same in the Caldera because the driver just is big. And the other thing I learned through this was I modified the magnets, and it kind of was a way where that became the Caldera magnet structure. And so that's kind of a lot of my startings in T50 mods are what became this Caldera closed model here. So it's really, really nice to come full circle from, you know, starting to make the wood headphones back in 2013 after I started modding Fostex in 2010. And then now in 2024, coming out with our first planar closed back headphone. After all that time, it just really is a full circle moment for me. And I just hope you guys really enjoy it. I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. In a way, this is kind of my crowning achievement so far, just because it was so much effort to go into this headphone and get it to sound the way I wanted. So just really excited for you guys to hear that. So yeah, check out our other videos coming up. I'll try to explain as much as I can about the Caldera closed and the Aegis amps. Keenan, I'm sorry, if I called it Aegis, I am sorry, it is the Aegis. So let's just make sure we pronounce it Aegis coming up. So yeah, check you guys soon.